afternoon. How's everyone doing today? This is Dennis Ayers once again, here as your host on Health and Habits, the podcast where we talk about and dive into healthcare issues, among other things, because we want you to live a healthier life here in our state. You can reach us at 1-800-492-5186. That is 1-800-492-5186. We're also on Roku TV. We're on YouTube and Facebook Live. And also, We Believe Digital is the podcast platform for this show. Go to those vehicles, Facebook, press like and share us. Go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get those notifications whenever these programs are airing. If there's anything that you would like, you can review that. You can always call us here at the show at 1-800-492-5186. Today we got a show that's we're just going to highlight one of our community partners today, and that is NCAD, or the National Council on Alcoholism and Substance Alcoholism and Drug Addiction in Central Mississippi. We have with us today Mrs. Ashley Smith, who is the executive director. I think Ms. Smith has been on the job there for less than 3 months, but she is a dynamic person, and I think God made her for this position, and we're so grateful to have her today on the show. How are you doing, Ms. Smith?
Why, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am doing absolutely well. Thank you for asking. Good.
I know you just got back from vacation. I hope you're well rested, and I hope your babies had fun and they just kind of drove you halfway up a tree, which that's what kids do.
Yes, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
There you go. There you go. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am from Sardis, Mississippi, which is in North Mississippi. I came to the Jackson metro area for undergrad, where I attended Tougaloo College, and I stayed for graduate school, Jackson State University, and the Jackson State University. Yes, and so fell in love with the area. My husband found me, and I've been here ever since.
All right. Well, we know that you've been in the nonprofit arena or that nonprofit industry for quite a while. And you had your last job was with one of the larger nonprofit entities. Tell us a little bit about that and how you transitioned to NCAD.
Sure. So prior to coming to NCAD, I was an employee with the American Red Cross. And so there I serviced the region, which consisted of 2 states, the state of Alabama and Mississippi. My particular niche was to onboard and engage volunteers. The unique thing about that organization is that 90% of the workforce is volunteer based, and so we had a human resource side for volunteers, and so that is where I served as a senior specialist.
Okay, so obviously this role is a little different. Are you up to the challenge here at NCAD?
Yes, by all means. Though that role was a little different, I think that my experience across the board, with fund development and diversity, equity, inclusion, and prevention just across the board has really prepared me for this role. So I look forward to bringing my experience as well as growing.
Okay, great. I know with the emergence of COVID in the last 3 years, the isolation factor. We've seen that quality of life has suffered quite a bit. We see the increase on mental health. We see the increase on the misuse or abuse of alcohol and or drugs. What is the mission of NCAT, CAD?
Sure. So in CAD, we stand firmly on 3 pillars, and those 3 pillars are prevention, treatment, and recovery.
Okay. Treatment, prevention, and recovery.
And recovery, yes.
Okay. And that treatment doesn't necessarily always mean alcohol and drugs, does it?
No, not always. And so the unique thing about our organization is, though that is our mission, we sometimes have community members that come to our office that seek resources. For those who don't know, we have an in-house bookstore in which we provide resources to the public. And so sometimes individuals may experience overeating, and they come in to find resources regarding overeating or hoarding.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Hoarding. Mm-hmm. That's a thing?
Yes, that's a thing.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay, so in other words, even though it's the National Council on Drug and Alcohol Addiction for Central Mississippi, you're just not confined to drugs and or alcohol, although that is a pretty big component.
Correct.
What if you have a mother or a parent that needs help with their child because they are misusing or abusing drugs or alcohol?
Yes, so we offer free assessment, and so in-house we have a certified staff member who can provide an assessment for alcohol and or drug abuse, and so that individual will be able to take that assessment for us to determine if in fact there is misuse or abuse.
Okay, and the same, what about mental illness? Are y'all set up to?
So we have great partners. We have a great relationship with the Department of Mental Health, as well as other community partners that we can refer those individuals to. The unique thing about our organization is that under the prevention component, you may see us in the various school districts across the central Mississippi area providing education and awareness to students, as well as, you could possibly see us at senior care communities where we are sharing the importance of properly disposing medication and record keeping when it comes to taking medication so that there isn't an accidental overdose for our senior citizens. On the treatment side, as I said, we provide the free assessment to determine if there is misuse and or abuse, but we also, again, the community partners, that is a very big component because we can also provide referrals to those community partners, and some of those community partners may provide outpatient services as well as detox services and inpatient services, so that's very important as well.
Okay, and of course, you've been in the nonprofit community for quite a while, so not only do you bring a lot of experience, but you also bring relationships.
Yes.
And so I'm sure that NCAD is grateful for that. You mentioned that y'all have strong education programs in school. I know that tobacco products or nicotine products has been an issue in times past. Do y'all do anything to address that?
Yes, we do. We do. In fact, we have 2 Mississippi Tobacco Free Coalitions that are housed under NCAD at the moment. We're the fiscal agents for those, and we specifically provide tobacco prevention and education around that. And so that's everything from working with the youth, letting them know the effects of nicotine, long-term effects, how, the effects of cigars, as well as working with different vendors or merchants so that they have the information needed to let their patrons know that, you can't purchase cigarettes unless you were born before this particular date. Okay. And so that's very, very important to us. And additionally, we also provide alternative activities, and that's across the board. So, in addition to the education and awareness piece, we want to let youth know that there are a lot of fun things that you can do to stimulate your brain, such as meditation and movies, playing baseball in lieu of participating in drugs and alcohol.
Well, what you have is a great component, and I know that NCAD has been here right at a half a century. Mm-hmm. One thing that the audience need to know is how could they get in contact with you, and where exactly are you located?
Sure, great question. So we are located in Ridgeland, Mississippi, but as I said earlier, we service the central Mississippi area. Our address is 875 North Park Drive, Suite 600. And again, we have a bookstore, so you can stop in to look at any of those resources to see if you would like to purchase, if you or a loved one may be experiencing or in the process of recovery. Also, you can call our offices at 601-899-5880. You can visit our website at www.ncaddms.org, as well as follow us on Facebook at NCADDMS.
All right. Well, once again, we'll be here. And please, we want you to join in on the conversation. If you or a family member or a neighbor or anyone is experiencing drugs and alcohol and the effects of that, if that is an issue that's going on in your house with yourself or your children and you want help and you don't know where to go, call Miss Ashley Smith over at NCAD, the National Council on Drug Addiction and Alcoholism for Central Mississippi, and they will be glad to help you find the help that you need. You can call us at 800-492-5186. You can also view us on Roku TV, on Facebook, on YouTube, and also We Believe Digital. Remember, when you go to Facebook or YouTube, hit that subscribe and share. And just like us on Facebook. So we will continue to provide the community with quality information. So give us your number one more time before we go to break. That way, and the address. That way, if people can get a hold of you.
Sure. You can call us at 601-899-5880. Or you can come to our office that is located in Ridgeland, Mississippi, and that address is 875 North Park Drive, Suite 600. And again, please check out our website at ncadms.org.
Okay, well, there's going to be a big event that's coming up. And when we come back from break, we will talk about that event because the entire community will have an opportunity to participate in that. And that is one of those things where, NCAD will be making that announcement, and we want to support you. And we want our community to support you because NCAD is one of those entities that does this at zero cost. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so, for your services and consultation, it's at a zero cost.
Yes.
Okay, so now what we have is we're going to take a commercial break. So when we get back, we're going to talk about that big night of honors that's going on. But we'll be right back. Thank you.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1.
SocratesGarrettENT.com is a diversified firm specializing in recycled aggregates and crushed concrete. SocratesGarrettENT.com's recycled materials provide the construction industry with significant economic and environmental benefits by recycling clean concrete rubble into MDOT grade rock materials. Recycled aggregates and crushed concrete can be applied to driveways, road construction, bank protection, parking lots, general bulk fills, and more. For more information, please call 601-896-0084 or visit us online at SocratesGarrettENT.com.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Thank you for returning. We've been talking to Miss Ashley Smith with the National Council here in Ridgeland, Mississippi, and we were talking about just various things about a great source of referrals that their office provide for those that are struggling with drugs and or alcohol or mental health issues. And we talked about their collaboration here in the community. But right now we're going to shift gears and we're going to talk about the annual event that y'all provide, and that's called the Night of Honors. Tell us a little bit about that, Ms. Smith.
Yes, so the Night of Honor is a very exciting time. It's a time where we not only share more information about who we are and what we do, we also gather to fellowship and to give, because without our donors and people, like you, we wouldn't be able to do what it is that we do and to provide those services for free. Additionally, we give an award where we award a person in the community who has really been an advocate for substance abuse and or recovery, I shall say. And so it's always exciting to see who will be the Golden Key recipient. And so that event is coming up on Thursday, September the 29th of this year. And so our guest speaker will be a national book author by the name of David McGee. And so he is the parent of an individual. His son actually died as a result of substance abuse. And so it's very exciting to have him with us for that event. And so the event, again, will take place on the evening of Thursday, September the 29th at the Fairview Inn. And you will be able to find out more information regarding tickets by visiting our website, and that's www.ncaddms.org, or by following us on Facebook at NCADDMS.
Okay, all right. Well, I've gone to one of these Nights of Honors before, and we, for the last, I think, 2 years, they did not have it because of COVID. But that just wasn't us. They just shut down everything. Everybody was shut down at some point. But I am really looking forward to this event. They are alcohol-free events. I know times past they had a silent auction, but I don't think we're going to do that this year.
this year we're just so excited. As you said, the last event took place in 2019, which every year is phenomenal, but that year in particular was very exciting as it was our 70th celebration. And so to be back in person and to be able to see familiar faces and to, talk about our mission and our vision and to celebrate with those who are advocates and a part of our community, it's just exciting.
Good. Where are you as far as, because that's going to be, in a couple of months?
Yes.
Okay. And tickets aren't quite on sale yet.
Not yet, not as of yet. The information, like I said, will be available soon on our website, as well as any entities that would be interested in sponsoring. You can contact me directly at 601-899-5880 as well.
Okay. Well, what if, because we have a lot of our listeners that are that may offer that may be having after school programs, or there may be a lot of interaction. And if someone want to get someone some help, of course, you and your staff have been trained. But if someone wants to know more or teach their church or their group, or even at a district that you're not in right now, if they want education, be educated on the woes of alcohol or alcoholism, are you able to set something up to?
Yes, by all means. And so, again, I encourage you to give us a call. We service the central Mississippi area, but we have been known to support those statewide. And we also have a radar center in which we provide free resources. So these, let's say if your faith-based institution is hosting something, you want to make sure that there's information available to the members or those who are attending the event. We have brochures, we have books, we have coloring sheets around the prevention piece, and so we have plenty of materials or support materials, shall I say, that would be of use to community members.
Okay, great. Well, we have been challenged here this year, and we cannot go very far without talking about our young people and the effects that violence and other traumatic events have affected them. So we know that a lot of kids are acting out because some of them, that's the only way they know how to get their message across. What about resources to help those individuals?
Yes, and so again, one of the things, so let's say, for example, someone called our office and they're interested in obtaining resources, for, youth groups or juvenile justice centers. Again, we have free resources to be able to provide that, as well as, the opportunity for us to serve as guest speakers. We also have a phenomenal board, and some of those individuals have experienced it hands-on and would be able or willing, shall I say, to share with groups and organizations to, inform them about the dangers of substance use and drug use. And so, one of the things that I think about that comes to mind when you ask that question, one of the most interesting things that I've learned since I've been in this role is that you can be genetically predisposed to alcoholism.
Absolutely.
And so when speaking to those youth, if they have the understanding that if their, mother or father or somewhere in the lineage, there's been substance use or abuse and drug abuse, that you are at a higher likelihood of falling within that category if you aren't careful. I think that in itself would grab a young person's attention and, potentially help them to make better choices.
Okay. Well, you not only can find them resources, but if someone wants to put information out, like you mentioned, if they're having a health fair or something like that, you can provide information.
Yes. And we have, anything from brochures to sunglasses to, because of course, if you're at a school, it's less likely that a child will pick up a brochure. However, we have branded sunglasses, for example, that has a statistic on the side of the frame or our logo. And so we've become very outside of the box thinkers, if you will, and I'll give credit to the staff for that. I have a phenomenal team, but they are very creative when it comes to making sure that they are in the know and dispersing information that is attractive to youth. So not only is it something that they will wear, but it also provides information as well.
Okay, and another thing, I know at one time that you were doing some training for one of the State Department, the Mississippi State Department agencies, and you had constructed a huge, but not only huge, but also a state-of-the-art conference training room. So you can provide training for groups, employer groups, or churches, or anyone who just simply want to be educated. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct. And so our training room can hold about 50 individuals, classroom style, and more if arranged in another format. But we have ample parking, we have space, and so we would love to be able to provide training. So if any organization is interested in coming to us for training, that's something that we can definitely discuss. And again, if you are somewhere that is not in the central Mississippi area and you would like for us to provide training, we'll be happy to discuss that as well.
Okay. So if so what you're saying is, if an employer want to educate their people, they could simply call your office, and you will arrange, set up, and provide information for that employer and train his staff.
Yes, look, we've been known to set up in the coffee break rooms at companies where, individuals, the employees are coming in and out. So let's say a warehouse, we're in their break room, and so we have our information set up. So we have our table, we have our brochures, all the information there available to them, and then we share information with them as well while they're on their break, because we know that they're there to work, and so if that employer does not have a set time available where we could come in and do the training, we are definitely able to incorporate that in a non-traditional manner as well.
Okay, well, we have less than 3 minutes, about 2.5 minutes. Any final thoughts that you have that you want to convey?
Sure. Again, if you all have any questions, or I would like to share the importance of giving. And so we have a very supportive group of individuals who give out of the kindness of their heart. So if you hear today's podcast and you say, hey, I can't attend the annual celebration, but I would like to donate to the cause, there is no amount too small. And again, you can mail those checks to 875 North Park Drive, Suite 600, Ridgeland, Mississippi, 39157. Or you can give me a call at 601-899-5880.
Okay, that number again?
601-899-5880.
Okay, all right, guys. Well, we're down to our last minute and a half. But, if you want to review this podcast, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook Live, or you can go to WeBelieveDigital.com. Pull this up. And if there's any information you need, go back through it. If you, for whatever reason, forget the name, it's called Health and Habits podcast show. And our goal is to increase the outcomes here in the state of Mississippi. We want you to live a healthier life, and we can do that. We are not far away. We are not far away from living a healthier you. It's never too late. So remember, if you want to change and you want a healthier outcome, then change the habits, and you'll start seeing those results. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you. Good day.